So what are some of the ways in which media companies now are using IRISTV?
So our customer base really breaks down into kind of two primary sectors. The first is ad supported, right? So with ad supported businesses, we're proven to actually double audiences in the first year with almost all of our clients. Those that are using kind of the techniques that we have creates a feedback loop where not only are you personalizing the experience, but you actually can learn, let's say, about a huge event like the Final Four.
Right.
If you're a big sports broadcaster, one of your videos is going to outperform all the rest by completion rate, by follow-on video views. Therefore, it's going to generate the most revenue.
Right.
And if your editorial team has access to that data, can make decisions on it, they know what to feature on home pages, where to acquire audiences to, and over time, actually, with more intelligence on those videos, you can actually make investment and divestment decisions from that as well. So that's really huge, that we're seeing in the ad-supported market. The other customer base that we serve is subscription video on demand. For them, it's all about churn and how do I increase the lifetime value. So I think that a really key takeaway that we'll be publishing white papers on and things is, what does it mean if your audience is loyal? What does it mean when they're returning or new, in the last 30 days?
Right.
And how do you convert them out of trial into these categories that are higher value?
Right.
And how do you break down all of your audience members so you're personalizing them in the app, but also you actually are passing that data over to your marketing teams? We've found that aside from, say, Netflix, no media company is actually processing and using data on consumption the same way an e-commerce marketer would. So we expect that that's going to be kind of a standard practice, that all this data gets pushed into your your customer data platform or your DMP, and that you can actually store it and then use it, by your marketing team, whether it's for email or ad buys.
Right, and that's huge because with all these new services coming in now, there's going to be a lot of churn. So anybody who can help them figure out a way to avoid it is going to be in a great place.
We were talking to some companies yesterday that service these customers, and churn rates can be up to 50% a year, right,
Yeah.
or even higher.
Right.
And so, especially if you have someone come in for one show, right, that they got marketed to, they love it, they trial, you really need to expose them to how many other shows does it take to convert on your service, and that's going to be different for every provider out there.
Right. We think that's going to be one of the big things over the next 2 years is how to reduce churn rates and just how to keep people engaged.
And there's a lot of people talking about that, and we're just activating the data we already have to kind of enable those solutions.
That's great. That's great. A lot of talk these days is about context marketing and context programming.
Mm-hmm.
So how does IRIS work with that? And first, what is context programming, and then how does IRIS enable that?
So a lot of newsrooms, when you're running kind of an editorial staff, right, you might have certain business rules that you really need to mandate and make sure kind of follow your editorial standards. That might be the covering of a hurricane, right? Or it might be a breaking news event that's sensitive. Or there might be news that's not brand safe that you need to cover that then is trending. You need to make sure it doesn't get recommended elsewhere. So that's the ways that we enable business rules on top of our machine learning.
Gotcha.
But everything else ties back into the advertising side, passing that data to the advertiser so they know that they're not transacting on data that's either not brand suitable or they're targeting context data that's actually where they want to reach audiences.
Gotcha, that makes sense.
We expect that this year to really take off, especially as cookies start to go away as a targeting capability end of this year.
What does that mean, contextual ad targeting?
Contextual ad targeting is guaranteed brand safety based on the context of the video. So if there's a scandal relating to a company and you never want to be associated with that event, or there's a certain kind of topic that you want to never be kind of seen against, you can make sure that that's actually hooked into your DSP or in a direct buy, that you don't actually have to be shown against those.
And IRIS actually can enable that?
Yeah, we enable and we pass all that data from the actual content into the ad serving environment through the player. And the other way that we do this is actually passing it all the way to the programmatic side. So if a buyer says, hey, I really want to buy viewers watching tennis or watching financial news, we make that available as well.
Thank you very much, Field. That was
Thanks,
really
Alan.
interesting. You guys are doing some great stuff, and we are very psyched that you guys have sort of done this for the industry because it's a really great thing, and we think that you really have great things going for you.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Alan.